China Caca, what's happening? Johnny Lee Long, and I'm not at Hobo Depot. There's Hootie. Look at it. Look at all it's all special. All right, so today I want to talk to all my beginners, and we're going to talk about something that I think is very important. I got a call, not a call. I got a text or email about this subject. Subject is, what do you do when you're in a studio and the only bass you brought is your favorite that you play all the time? All right. So here's a scenario. So we're in the studio and I'm tuning the bass up, going through it, make sure everything is cool. You know. And as I'm in there, going through my bass and everything, checking it out, make sure the battery's good, make sure the strings are, sounding kind of new and everything. And then all of a sudden, I get this over the headphone set. Hey, did you bring a Fender Jazz with you, a standard Jazz or a P bass? Now the question comes to you. I prefer, he says, I prefer, or she says, I prefer to hear a P bass or a jazz bass on these two songs. Mind you, we're in COVID-19. Also remind you that there's nobody really working, and you got this important call to do this movie clip, and they only need 2 songs from you. They love the way you play. They love your attitude about the bass. All right, but now you're in check. Look, you're in check. Did you bring another bass, like a P bass or a jazz bass standard? And you're looking like, nah, nah. This all I brought, man. This me right here. This all, this is what I live by. Okay, well, you wouldn't mind if you get, we find you a P bass or a jazz bass and play that. Now, the other question is, you haven't played a 4-string in years. Now we got another issue. The other issue is, you haven't played in years, all right, a 4-string. So now he's telling you to put this down and pick up one of these. And you're like, I don't even like the color. I don't like Fenders like this, no 4-string anyway. So now you got to go plug this in, and this is what you hear through your headphones. The question is, do you play this bass or do you not take the gig? You got to feed your family. You got to take all that pride that you got and let it hit the floor, because you need to make money to pay your bills, feed your family, and keep things going in your household. All right? My whole thing is this, folks. Listen. You're in a situation that you have to actually drop that inner pride to do things correctly. So this studio is asking you to do something that's not way out there. It's asking you to do something that, it ain't gonna kill you if you put your bass down and pick up one of these. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna kill you. You may not play what you want to play on this, because you never really play like a 4-string like talking about it, but you're gonna get paid a lot of money, and that would open up more doors for more gigs. Make a long story short, listen. I'm not telling everybody that you should have a 4-string P bass or a jazz bass in your stash. I'm just saying you should. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying you should. You should have a 4-string P bass or jazz bass standard in your stash. It don't have to be active. Everything ain't got to be active. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of engineers that can handle anything you bring to them. They may have to pull it down a little bit because your stuff is throwing out a lot of heat. But I'd rather to work for more producers than to work with one engineer, if that make any sense. I'd rather work for more producers than work for one engineer of that day. So, beginners, listen. I know you want to jump out there on the 5-string and 6-string basses. I know this. I know your heart is out there for that. But get you something like a P bass or a jazz bass, just to have. If you don't ever play it the rest of your life, at least have it. In case you go into a gig and somebody say, man, can you have a 5, or if you got a 5, you got a standard 5-string jazz, or do you have a 4-string at least? A P bass, can you play this bass for me? I want to hear that old Motown. I could do it on this. No. I want to hear it on this. I want to hear it on this, or an old jazz bass. So I want you to understand what I'm saying today, can be life-changing for you. A lot of people don't like the way the body looks on the Fender Jazz. And some people don't like the way P basses sound at all. It took me years to get back to my P bass. I started out on the P bass, but it took me years to get back on the P bass. It took me years to get back on a 4-string jazz, standard, no activeness. And I'm glad I did, because my ear changed. It changed. It went back into that flavor of old school. And I'm still new school. I'm still in the new school era. I'm just doing old school stuff. And it's working. So once again, guys, don't let something as little as, hey, do you have a 4-string P bass or jazz bass stop you from getting the gig because you're so into your 5-string active jazz or whatever custom elite or exotic bass you have. All right? This is just something for me first and for my beginners. Never get caught up with that, all right? Because I want you guys to make all kinds of music. I want you guys to be able to work with anybody. Listen, you can be the best bass player in the world, and your attitude stinks so bad that you play in your house all the time. I want you to get that on the way home. The best bass player in the world, but your attitude stinks so bad that you're the best bass player in your house. Shadakaka. Now go out and make some music. Lots of it. Shadakaka. Hootie.